So you might, but it looks pretty done.
Yeah.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I'm Grimm.
And I'm Violet.
We're at it again. Going out, enjoying nature, testing our skills, and practicing. I myself am continuing not to use a ferro rod. I'm actually going to be doing something completely different this time to make fire. And I brought some of that char cloth I made last episode, so that might give you an indication on where I'm going. But Violet, what do you got that's new?
I have a new pack.
That she does. And how are you enjoying that pack so far?
A lot more than the old one.
Well, that's good. So, some new gear, some new techniques, so you should join us on this bug out adventure. Hammock and tent is all set up. Violet's doing the finishing touches. I thought while she's doing that, it's time to process and collect some firewood because she's going to be the one making fire tonight.
Look at me go!
Tinier ones. Still got smoke. Still got a lot of good stuff in there. Let's stop. Good. Excellent. Proud of you. You moved. You kept at it. Just enjoying the fire and boiling up some water because we went back and gave an old favorite of mine a try in the food department. I've enjoyed it. Plus, it does have more calories.
Yeah, I saw that, and that kind of made me excited, and I don't mind waiting for water because it's not, snowing.
Or raining.
Or raining.
Well, you probably also noticed that there was an established fire ring here that we are using. And we're using it, but Violet and I have decided that when we're done here, we're gonna destroy this ring. Spread the rocks out, spread it all out. Because this is my 5th season bugging out, personally, and you'd be surprised at how many fire rings I have found in remote areas. And I don't mind maybe there being a ring every 100 yards, but you remember that one campsite?
Yeah, there's like one for every, like you could tell where every tent was because there was a ring for that tent.
Like 10 feet apart from each other.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
So we're going to do our own little part of establishing a little bit more leave no trace here.
It is definitely time for bed. I am being very spoiled by the weather.
You just can't beat the weather. When I finally got the thermometer up, 61 was the high. It's a low of 52, but by the fire, and compared to those 14, 13.
I have magically avoided the winter this round. I'm very much enjoying my new pack.
I myself am looking forward to trying to make fire tomorrow. in a different way. Again, char cloth is going to be a vital part of that.
The only thing that's changed is the bag. The gear has stayed exactly the same, minus the one thing that I forgot.
Really happy that Violet was able to come out, and not only came out, but has gotten new gear and has kept up with her skills clearly because she got that fire going.
And yeah, I'm ready for bed. So, good night.
Good night. Day 2. And we're up. Violet is already gathering some firewood. I'm about to join her on that. Got to a low of about 40 degrees. It's 50 now. Slept great. But kind of curious to see if the fire made it. Actually, no, did not make it. I'm already getting the...
I mean, you're the fire breather, so you might, but it looks pretty done.
Yeah. A lot of work has gone into all this. Just finding all of these nice, dry pine needles to make a nice little nest. I was actually able to find some super dry, soft, punky wood that was elevated off the ground. And this one particular feather stick is courtesy of Violet. So a lot of work has gone into this to make this particular fire happen, because this will be my first time using flint or a rock and steel. And then you may remember this, my char cloth that I made from a previous episode. And finding a nice rock can be difficult. This one has some shiny, sparkly bits in it that so far has been giving me a decent amount of sparks. Though, again, not that many. But we're gonna give it a try. See, I can get this to shoot in there without. I really want to hold it against the rock, but it doesn't seem to want to go where I want it to go. Ooh, that'd be very bad. Let's grab you. I see people hold it right next to it. Add some more in here, just for insurance. Look, your feather stick is working. I still have some char cloth left. Clearly I have an injury that I got before I bugged out, and normally in the civilized world I just leave it open, maybe cover it before I go to bed, but out here infection is insidious. And so I was gonna come over here, grab this guy, and this started out as my trauma kit from ITS, but I have augmented it. There are things like these in here, and these. But what I need right now is a Band-Aid. And if you want to find out how you can augment your first aid kit or your trauma kit to be a little bit more, check out the link that's going to be popping up in the corner for the bot, Medical Matters. I'm going to put this on. Well, as you know, normally we do this on the first day, but because it took a while to get our water boiled, and, well, there was not a lot of light.
Which is what happens every time I go out with you.
Yup.
But we weren't walking in the dark.
Right.
So progress.
Progress was being made.
Progress.
It is conflicted card time. You want to pick or me?
You.
Okay. Well, then you. All right. And the conflicted card reads as such. You were told by your scouts that a gang in a large caravan is headed your way, and your community leader identifies a choke point where you could easily kill them all. It is a well known that the gang travels with women and children, and to ambush them, it would mean the death of innocents for sure. Your camp would be overwhelmed if you let them through due to their large numbers. Would you sacrifice their innocent in order to save yours?
So clearly it's a large group of people that have figured out how to, like, make this work. And they do have women and children. So they have to be able to make it work if you're going to manage children. So why would it be deemed automatically bad?
It doesn't stipulate in the card,
It doesn't.
so...
So I want to know why. Like, why automatically wipe them out?
So you would, I guess just, would you sacrifice their innocent in order to save yours?
Doesn't say that my innocent are being threatened. So, no. Not going to kill just for the sake of killing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I am going to, if I know that they are a marauding gang, they do say gang in here,
Yes.
and that's what they do, it has come down the pike that this is what they do, they come in, they pillage and plunder,
Right.
then I would use the choke point to my advantage. But, that being said, if you have them in a choke point, it doesn't mean you have to open fire right away.
Nope.
You have them covered from high ground, you have barricades, they're choked, they're bottlenecked in. You could be like, we have you, no further,
Yeah.
pause, let's talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if they start shooting first, well then,
Right. Then that's different. That's a
Right.
different animal altogether.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you would not do anything. You would let them come into
I
your...
mean, I would investigate. I'm not saying
Investigate.
Like, I would investigate, but I wouldn't automatically assume I need to kill them all.
Okay.
Because it's like that card's giving me two choices. Let them overrun your camp, which isn't a guaranteed thing that that's going to happen, or kill everybody, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's gray area. There's always gray area.
There always is.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I would use the choke point, and if felt threatened in the choke point,
Yeah.
I would open fire.
I'd agree with that.
I would
I'm
open
there.
fire, and I think my group of people would know you're not aiming for the children.
Right.
You're
And
not aiming for the women necessarily either, but anybody who has a gun in their hand, there we go.
Yeah.
Any person that has a gun in their hand or a weapon, not necessarily innocent. Not necessarily.
Okay, so tiny human is technically old enough.
She is.
So I would say, as maker of tiny human, I would pause there.
You would, but I'm saying that it's already been said. Halt.
Right.
and then they still
Right.
decide to do that.
Yeah, if you've got a kid that's got a gun in their hand, I suggest we move them aside.
Because there's plenty of kids in other countries that we
Right.
know that
Oh,
grab a gun
they
and
do.
deliberately shoot other
Yes, not saying-
factions.
yes, they're raised to do that. That is how they have been raised.
And you don't know how those kids were raised either.
No, you don't.
You know how Tiny
I
Human
know how
was.
Tiny Human is raised.
Right. So,
Yeah.
yep. That was a little long, but that's what I think. And that's what Violet thinks. And now we want to know what you think. So leave your comments down below in the comment section. We look forward to reading them and commenting on them. And if you do like these conflicted cards, there is a sponsored link in the description, so check them out, buy a pack. There's a bunch of them, and clearly they make discussions happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes a novelty for Violet and I, eating in the light, which previously actually old Grizz and I would always have a problem at that too.
With eating in the
Yeah, we
light?
would always be eating with our headlamps on. But you're doing
I'll be able to see the bottom of my bag.
right,
It'll be very exciting.
right, and actually the weather's been very nice. We've done a little bit of a recon around. We're in a nice spot.
Yeah.
We are elevated, I would say at least 20, 30 feet above the river, so no worry about flooding. The hill, we haven't been buffeted by any wind, so all in all, a pretty good spot, plenty of firewood. And I've also been doing this. Actually, this little guy right here. And it's just my first attempt at wood bowl burning, or coal burning, I believe. And obviously I haven't gotten too far in it, but it's very easy. You do have to watch out for little sparkies flying up at you,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Oh, and it is time consuming. I mean, how long do you think I've been working on this?
About 45 minutes.
There you go, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Mind you, this was not flat. This was more like this, because I don't have a saw.
Because I forgot mine.
Ah, the truth finally came
'Cause
out.
I forgot mine.
It's okay, we always forget stuff. But I'm gonna keep on working on this and keep practicing. I mean, it definitely, this could be some sort of a cup if
Yeah.
I got it deep enough. If I found a larger, which obviously would take more time, you'd have a bowl, and then you could put hot rocks in it and boil water. But another primitive technique that I'm trying out for the first time on a bug out. Time for bed. And I think it's the end of a very successful day.
Definitely time for bed. I am out of shape. And it's great weather. It's my favorite kind of weather, but I am tired.
I was able to make a fire for the very first time with flint and steel, finding my own rock.
I need to not be so lazy in the next few months to get back to where I was before.
It's time to get some rest. Good night.
Good night.
So, Grimm is still sleeping, and I woke up, and it's pretty early, but I thought I felt raindrops, so I found a coal, and I blew it back to life. I'm awfully proud of me for doing that, and I'm going to go get more small stuff so that it doesn't die.
Day 3. Slept good. I think it was a low of 54, 63 now, so I think it's actually warmer, if I'm not mistaken, this morning than it was yesterday morning. Violet has already gotten up before me, and she made fire right over there. So I need to catch up and get ready so we can both get out of here. And we're off. In true fashion, we left no trace, and as a bonus, we did take out that fire pit like we said we were. But I don't know about Violet, but it's feeling different. I'm feeling that there's definitely a change. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a barometric meter, but I feel like someone's brewing, so we're trying to get out a little bit earlier so we don't get caught up in anything massive. But earlier on, Violet said that she got a new pack and she liked it. And actually, how do you feel about it now, Violet?
I'm feeling really good. It definitely fits me way better than what I was using before.
Good.
And it was a kind of significant process that I went through
Okay.
to find this and purchase it. If you'd like to hear more about my process, you can check out my Talk in the Woods backpacks.
Link will be up in the corner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this bug out adventure. It was really great to have Violet come out with us again, and clearly, she's been practicing.
Yeah, I feel really confident now in my ability to make fire and it not take 45 minutes.
Yep, and you also made it in 2 different ways.
I did make it 2 different ways, and both times, like, low expectations with high reward.
Right. And you're learning about your
I
gear.
am.
That's
I am.
excellent. I myself made fire in a totally new way to me, first time, and that felt good to actually make it happen. And all in all, just really good to get out, keep the skills fresh, and also just keep the body moving and get out there. So with that, we'll see you next time.